Is Donald Trump a prophetic figure? A lot of people have supposed that, based on his name. Is this the time of the trumpet plagues that the Bible talks about in the book of Revelation? I'm inclined to think so. I think the analogy is between the decline of the United States as a world power and the decline of the British Empire. At the right where the British Empire fell, you could say in the period between World War I and World War II. In World War I, the British Empire was the preeminent power. It declined through the 20s and 30s up until the advent of World War II, at which point, I believe, God provided the British people with their greatest historical leader at a time, at a signal moment in British history, at a time when you might say it was the day of decision. Churchill was the greatest Englishman, and I've always been struck by the fact that he appeared just as the British Empire goes into its terminal decline. It reminds me something that Margaret Thatcher said. Margaret Thatcher was another story again, but back in the 70s, Margaret Thatcher famously said that she was going to do various things which amounted to putting the ball at the feet of the British people. Will they kick it, is what she said. And I think Winston Churchill was the greatest Englishman. He was a great leader, and God was telling the British people, I'm putting the ball at your feet. I'm giving you the greatest leader. Are you going to kick it? I think something similar is happening now in the United States with Trump. Yes, I do think his name is prophetic. We are looking at the time of the trumpet plagues of the book of Revelation. Trump is no Churchill. He's not the greatest man of world history. However, I do believe that he is a man of the moment. And I think that similarly, God is saying to the American people, I'm putting the ball at your feet. Are you going to kick it? And I believe that the American people is significant, well, a majority of the American people, especially white Americans, see this, and they are going to vote for him, and they are going to give him political support. But the question is whether the people themselves are going to run with this and save America from terminal decline. During the election campaign, Trump said a country without borders is not a country. And leftists on the other side just ignored that perfectly true statement. In 2 years, in just 2 years, I have been fighting the ideological war since my teenage years back in the 1960s. In 2 years, American politicians and leaders are saying, yes, that's right, there should not be a United States. Can you believe this? There should not be a United States. The United States only exists now to show the world how it can unravel itself, devolve itself, so that we can become one big, happy, multicultural family, one global society without borders, preferably a kind of brown-coloured race. And as I say, in 2 years, the leftist secularist types are now openly saying this. They've believed it forever, but they're saying this openly. And do the American people understand that this is what is happening. This is the day of decision for the United States, and I think, as with the decline of the British Empire, I think we will see a speedy decline of the United States. Maybe military defeat, maybe fragmentation. Who knows at the moment? People say that Donald Trump is not a paragon of moral virtue. That, of course, is correct. But America needs not so much morality at this point in its existence. That collapsed decades ago, not just the 1960s. Even in the early years of the 20th century, in the roaring 20s and so on, America was going into terminal decline when it came to moral values. America does not need ringing statements of morality, not even Christian morality. But what it desperately needs is moral fibre. And Donald Trump, for all his faults, can at least give Americans some idea that there are things in their society worth valuing above just their own self-interest, their own day-to-day concerns. And that is, first and foremost, the preservation of the United States as a cohesive nation. I've got more things to say about this, but I'll leave that message for now. And so long. See you later.